Recognise this noise? If so, then you're probably already familiar with Grindr. But if not, let me explain. It's a social networking app used by millions of gay and bisexual men around the world, and it's most famous for hookups and sharing nudes. But I've been investigating a darker side to Grindr and the tragic consequences of what happens when it gets into the wrong hands.
I shouted through the door, sort of, who are you? You know, what do you want?
That's Cameron, and he got in touch with me this summer to ask me to look into the death of his partner Scott, who he believes was being blackmailed using Grindr. What we discovered was a suspected gang who have targeted multiple men using the app, but have yet to be arrested.
We're sort of like chalk and cheese, but in a good way, and we just got on, it just worked.
Cameron and Scott were together for almost 15 years.
Plan on spending the rest of our life together. We have obviously Otis, our little dog. Yeah, sort of making a little family. What's this?
But in March last year, Cameron's life was turned upside down.
Chicken.
While he was waiting for Scott to return home from work, a gang of 6 men turned up at their door, demanding the keys to his new car.
I shouted through the door, sort of, who are you? You know, what do you want? They were quite vocal in the respect that they were looking for a white Range Rover, and the person with the white Range Rover said they'd left a note on the doorstep with a mobile number. The note reads, it's in your best interest to give me a call.
The next day, Scott took his own life.
When I returned home, his car wasn't on the driveway, and I saw his blue notepad open on the table with his final will and testament that he had handwritten. I then remember going, obviously, upstairs to check, and that's when I found him in the bedroom on the bed.
Cameron told police he believed Scott may have been the victim of blackmail linked to his use of Grindr, but he felt that officers didn't take him seriously enough.
I felt when that came up in conversation, it was almost like a disregard. It's been lack of interest, lack of intent to know, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding.
But a BBC News investigation has seen police documents that add significant weight to Cameron's suspicions about the gang. The records reveal that the phone number left on the letter for Scott was already known to Hertfordshire Police, after being linked to another blackmail case involving Grindr. They also show that the gang went on to target at least 2 others within 10 days of Scott's death. In each of the cases, the gang allegedly met men on Grindr and then later falsely claimed to be underage in order to extort money from them. Yet there have been no arrests made.
We knew of one crime that happened before Scott's, plus 2 others. That's 4. That's 4 that have just come forward, or 4 that they know about, where they could do something, and they why are they not? That's what I struggle to understand. Why are they not?
In a report seen by BBC News, the independent police watchdog said Hertfordshire Police should re-examine the case. It said the force failed to robustly investigate the circumstances surrounding Scott's death, and that officers should examine whether homophobic assumptions and unconscious bias contributed to failures in the investigation. Hertfordshire Police said it's committed to maintaining good working relationships with the LGBTQ+ community, but said it was unable to discuss specific points about Cameron's complaint due to the ongoing re-investigation.
He was just so happy. He was absolutely fantastic. He was my rock.
Scott's isn't an isolated case. Just 9 weeks after his death and just 20 minutes down the road, student Liam McHale died after confiding in friends and family that he was being blackmailed by a man on Grindr.
He phoned me. He said, I've been blackmailed and I don't want to go to prison. I said, what are you on about? Someone's trying to blackmail me.
Liam told Julie that he was speaking to a 45-year-old man on the app who later falsely claimed to be underage in order to blackmail him.
His friend, Sophie, phoned me. She passed the paramedics on. And she said, we're ever so sorry, but your son's gone. I thought, no. No. I couldn't believe it.
Julie and her family believe Thames Valley Police haven't properly investigated the possibility Liam's case could be connected to others in the area. She's also grown increasingly frustrated that 18 months on, his laptop and phone have yet to be checked for evidence. One charity has told BBC News that victims are often reluctant to come forward to police, making it almost impossible to know the full scale of these types of crimes.
When they walk into that police station and they mention the word Grindr, there's probably going to be a judgment made about them, and perpetrators know that and they take advantage of that. We know that there are good police officers, but it's really a lottery and it depends on who you're dealing with.
A spokesperson for Grindr said it works diligently to provide a safe environment and regularly cooperates with UK law enforcement. Do you have any faith you'll get any sort of justice for this?
No, I don't think I will. I think it's been too long and they haven't looked into it properly.
Thames Valley Police said it has not received a formal complaint about the investigation. A spokesperson said it takes all concerns seriously, but that it would be inappropriate to comment on individual grievances outside of a formal complaints process, and that an investigation into blackmail offences is still ongoing. Do you think that the time that this has all taken means that they've missed their opportunity to catch who did this?
Massively, massively.
Do you have any faith at all that they'll ever find out who that gang were that turned up at your house?
I'd like to think that they had, or at some point something would happen further down the line. It's something I live with every day. It's something that it's altered me and who I am, and it's really become my second language just to fight for answers.